Hello, kindergarten and TK. Welcome to our After While Nile Crocodile. We're going to look at some crocodiles from the Nile River. Now, the Nile River is the second largest river in the world, and it is the largest river in Africa. And the Nile crocodile is the second largest crocodile in the world and the largest crocodile in the Nile. They have something in common. Nile crocodiles are huge. They are typically 11 to 16 feet. So that's the size of two grown men standing on top of each other. Let me give you an idea. You can see up here, we have a man where he is standing, and the Nile crocodile is right on top of him. So you can see how much bigger that Nile crocodile is. Nile crocodiles are different than alligators. They are very aggressive. They're meaner and bigger than American crocodiles and alligators. They also have a different head shape. If you look at the head shape of the crocodile, you'll notice that it's pointier and it's narrow and it's shaped like a triangle. Alligators have a broader head and it's a bit rounder. Their nose isn't quite as long either. You'll also notice a difference in the tail, where the tail of the crocodile is much thicker than the alligator. Where do alligators and crocodiles come from? Well, they come from eggs. That's right, crocodiles lay eggs. They typically lay them in the dry season, which is April, May, June, and July, but they can lay them in Africa along the Nile any time of the year. It's just easier when it's much drier. What do they eat? Nile crocodiles are apex predators, which means they are at the top of the food chain, and they mostly eat in and around the water because they are at their strongest and fastest in the water. So they eat mammals when they come to get drinks. They eat fish, reptiles, amphibians, and birds, and even sometimes fruit. They are designed to be predators. You can see by their large mouth shape, their sharp, pointy teeth, and even their coloring. Their coloring is that dark bronze color with faded brown spots that almost looks like camouflage. And their bellies are sort of a faded yellow color. And this allows them to blend in with their surroundings. So you can see in the mud and in the swamp, they sort of blend in and are harder for their prey to see. Here you can see one that is a little bit more on the green side with those black markings, and they have these really beautiful green golden eyes with a line down it instead of a round pupil like ours. You can see the sharp pointy teeth, and they come out of the water and walk around. You can also see the spines down their back and the scales along their body. Here we see that shiny green eye, the teeth, all of the scales along their body, and another close-up of their head, and one final close-up. Now we're going to look at this one for a few minutes because this is where we're going to start. We are going to draw and cut out a Nile crocodile. So notice the shape of the head. Notice that they don't really have a neck. Their head goes straight into their body. Their eyes are kind of tiny, and the jawline where those teeth are go up and down, sort of like a roller coaster. All right, let's get started on our project.
All right, TK in kindergarten, we are going to draw our Nile crocodile. We're just going to draw the head today. So this is a 2-week project. We're going to start it today. We're going to do the head today. Then next week on Wednesday, we're going to glue a second sheet of paper and we're going to do the body. Then we will cut it out and we will have a very large Nile crocodile. Remember, these crocodiles are huge anyway, but we're going to make them extra huge with our paper version too. So we're going to start by drawing the head. We're going to start with that back of the head, which is like a C shape. Now you're going to use a pencil. I would normally be drawing with a pencil, but I'm not today because it does not show up with my camera. So I'm drawing with Sharpie, and I will continue. If I were drawing this on my own, I would go ahead and do that with pencil. Now for the bottom of the jaw, we're going to make a straight line kind of down, and then we're going to curve it up. Now a lot of times when we work on projects in the elementary school and they take more than 1 week, they're going to look a little weird in the middle. And that may happen here. Your crocodile may look a little bit weird today when we're done. But next week, it will all come together and it will look very cool. Okay, now for the head. We're going to come up on top and we're going to go up a little bit and then down. So I'm about halfway. And we're going to put a little bump. And we're going to come up really big for that snout. And see how I kind of have a triangle edge to it? That's what we're looking for here. Now we're going to make our crocodile's mouth open. So we're going to come way back here to this, where that bump is, we're going to come straight down here. Okay, now we are going to put our dot sort of right in the middle of these two. We'll put a dot here. And then we're going to add that sort of roller coaster line where the teeth go. So this one kind of goes down and up and down and up and down. And then down here it does the same thing. It comes down like a big slide and then up, down and then up. And we'll attach it. Now in order to make our mouth look like it's round and attached, we're going to add another line from here and come back. And this is going to make that jaw look like it's round. So we're almost drawing 3D here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come around here and we're going to go down, up, and just put that jaw in. And the last thing we're going to do is add that eyeball. So they have it's not huge, and then they have that almost like snake eye, and then they do have a nice eyelid that comes around and kind of puts in that football shape, and then it even extends a little bit off to the edges here with some cracks. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add some color. So if you remember, the inside of the mouth was kind of like that tan brown color. So I'm going to go ahead and just color that in brown for right now, because we want it to look darker than our alligator, or I'm sorry, our crocodile. If you want, we can mix in a little bit of that peach color, because if you remember, it was almost like a peach color inside. So we can do what's called layering and put two colors, one color on top of the other. Now notice when I color, we don't see the white paper shining through. I have the whole paper colored. So let's really focus on getting that whole paper covered. I'm not scribbling. Okay, so see how that peach color on top of the brown color turned it into a lighter version of the brown. Now for our crocodile, we're going to find the best green that we can. If you want one that matches it really well, and we will color in our crocodile. And then we're also going to color in the eye. Now I really liked sort of that golden green eye that we saw, so I'm going to mix yellow and my light green. And then I'm going to put the black in the middle. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of brown. Before I get my green, I'm going to add just a little bit of brown around the eyes to show some shading, and a little bit like right up here in the nose. So I'm just going to put it in some really light. I'm barely pushing with my crayon. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the rest of my crocodile with the green. Putting in that fat border. And notice I'm not scribbling, right? That does not look nice. And I'm not going like this and saying it's done because that's too much of the white showing through. So the way I color is I put in my fat border. Just like this. And then I can go in and color. And we color in one direction, so either up and down or side to side or diagonally. And that's how we keep our coloring to looking really nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish. And then we'll come back and talk about what's next. All right, my friends, our crocodile head is colored in and ready to go for next week. So hold onto it tight, put it somewhere safe so that next week you can pull it back out and continue working on it. All right, my friends, I will see you on Friday. Bring your crocodile heads if you want to show them off. Okay, bye, guys.